Praise God for how he works. I was actually reminded, I started serving with Red Frogs in 2015, so that was my second year of university, so it's been 10 years, it's been long. And just in that, I was reminded the first time I heard about Red Frogs was actually at this church. I was just visiting to see, and I'm pretty sure it was Brett that was doing a partner Sunday on Red Frogs and being like, oh, this is so cool. And so my first thought of Red Frogs was like, oh, pancake sweets. So when I say to Red Frogs, what comes to mind to you guys? Pancake sweets. Anything else? Oh, no. So I was also, I thought, oh, it's just about pancakes and sweets. But as Kat's testimony showed, it's so much more. Red Frogs isn't about the business of events. We're in the business of people. We want to serve and connect people. We want to come alongside them and show them love in an authentic way. Because we truly believe that when you're generous with your time, with your resources, like pancakes or sweets or water, that you build trust, and trust builds relationship. And in relationship, there is life change. And so Red Frogs is a tool in the hands of the local church to access people, to bring them into our church, to see life change happen in their lives. And so it's been a privilege for these last 10 years to be able to serve with Red Frogs. And so a few amazing things, a couple of cool stories I want to share with you about this tool. The first one being our education program. So Red Frogs runs education programs within high schools where we talk about identity, self-worth, but we also talk about how to party safe. And so there's this picture of our education team. You might see a few familiar faces. And so just that photo anytime. Oh, there we go. Love you, tech team. Okay, so the girl in the red hat, her name is Zoe. She is on staff at a local church somewhere in Joburg, I forgot exactly. And so she and our team needed to do a Red Frogs seminar at a school. But that school didn't have a Bible study, didn't have like a church connected. And so she and the teacher, they were just chatting after the seminar. And from that small conversation, the teacher was like, hey, our school doesn't have a Bible study. Do you know anyone who's able to help? And Zoe put up her hand. This school was about 5 minutes away from her church. And she's like, I would be happy to lead this Bible study. When do you need me? And they're like, can you come back this afternoon? She's like, sure. And so Zoe started that afternoon leading a Bible study. And now every week that school has a Bible study run by this church. And so that's how a small example of how Red Frogs is a tool in the hands of the local church for to access young people to see life change. Another very cool story is Cornele and his church down in Durban. Red Frogs got in to serve at the DUT, so the Durban University of Technology O Week. Can we get that slide up again? Now, that's the top photo. If you see that, that is thousands of first years, literally thousands of people, and a team of 3 Red Frogs, 3 faithful members of a church that saw a need and filled it. And so, yes, they were practically handing out sweets, making pancakes, but what they were doing, they were connecting with young people. And from there, 6 Bible studies formed and continue to meet regularly because of the faithful work of those 3 people, just using the tool of Red Frogs. And then another really amazing story is our team, our campus outreach team. So as universities get more strict, they're closing their doors to churches or to organizations like campus outreach. And so campus outreach used the tool of Red Frogs to go into private residences around Wits to serve and to minister to young people. And so here's a photo of the team. They came every week during exams just to hand out free donuts, pancakes, tea and coffee. After everyone's finished exams, 5 p.m., they trudge back to res. And here's a team of people ready to love them, to serve them, to play Uno Flip. We hosted a movie night. And again, we use these tools as a way to access young people, to build relationship, and then to bring them back into our church. And so another amazing opportunity where Red Frogs gets to serve is in the music festivals. So if it's a one-day party like Ultra, or if it's a multi-day music festival like Splashy Fen, then, our team, made up of many different churches, comes together to serve and connect young people. So here's a photo of our team, and I'm going to call up Stain just to share a quick testimony of his experience of Red Frogs.
Hello. Thank you, Candace, and morning, everybody. My wife and I decided to go to Splashy Fen because we really enjoy live music, and we always have. But it wasn't all just about fun. It was also an opportunity to expose my 10-year-old son, Daniel, to the real world out there, and to show him that there's a lot of joy in the world, but there's also a lot of brokenness, and also to see how Christian organizations like Red Frogs can actually step in and help people. When we arrived, it was quite a shock to us because we hadn't been to music festivals in quite a while. And I remember there were loads of young people running around. Lots of them were barely dressed. They were shouting, screaming, slamming on our bonnet. And I recall my son just looking around wide-eyed. And from that point onward, he referred to them as the crazies. But it was a good reminder to us of how much these kids actually need our help. So the festival was laid out quite well. There was a top section where the main stage was and where the food was, and then there was the bottom section where all the younger, die-hard party animal kids stayed. And quite strategically, right in the middle of these two sections was the Red Frogs tent, a bit like a bridge of hope. And inside the tent, you would find loads of volunteers. They were all incredibly pleasant, all really busy, either baking pancakes or having meaningful discussions with the kids. And I remember them working quite hard. They would work shifts up to 2, 3 a.m. in the morning because that's when the kids needed them the most. So it wasn't a glorious job. It was quite sacrificial in what they did. And our experience of entering their tent for the first time, I remember when my son and I and my wife entered, we could just feel the peace fall on us. We could really sense God's presence to the degree that my son actually throughout the festival kept on asking me to go back to the tent because he just wanted to escape the chaos and experience a bit of peace. And I was very moved. I mean, just being there, looking around, looking at all the lost people around us, it moved me because I was once one of them. And I thought to myself, what if one of these Red Frogs had a discussion with me when I was that age, and how would the trajectory of my life have been different if that had happened? And then I think the highlight of the festival was definitely the Sunday Easter service, where Candace bravely preached to a large festival crowd, and she preached a powerful message of hope in Jesus, which was quite significant. So yeah, I would just encourage you, if you've got an opportunity, if you can, support these guys. They really are a beacon of light in the darkness of these festivals. Thanks.